We look forward to Saturday night, and when I say that, we in this program we always play for our seniors, and this is an opportunity. They'll always remember their last regular season game as a class, and we have 17 guys that have done a tremendous job of leading this football team, done a tremendous job of handling a transition, and doing a great job of understanding the expectations that we all have. So it's really been a great group, and one that we want to really do a great job honoring before the game with their loved ones and parents, and going out there and play our tails off for them.
What's the legacy of the senior class?
Well, I think there's the legacy of any senior class is somewhat skewed at times, because there's a lot to do with the season itself and wins and losses and all that. But just like last year's class, I thought they really built a strong foundation for what we want to do as a program, and I think this class has continued that building.
Do you have the same connection to seniors who you didn't necessarily recruit? Obviously they're your guys because they're your players, right, but most of these guys were in the program before you arrived. Do you still have that same connection?
I would like to think so. I think we are pretty close with our players, and that relationship. Obviously there's some things that pop up once in a while that you didn't know, that you may have known if you would have been in the home and recruited for a year, those kind of things. So, and I think those relationships continue to grow, but I can tell you I'm awful proud of these 17 guys.
Do you think you'll get emotional when they're doing their...
my worst emotional time will be at the banquet when they get up and talk. I probably will a little bit. I'm kind of an emotional guy. When I get mad, I get really mad. When I get emotional the other way, it works the other way.
Were you really mad after Saturday night?
Yeah. Because we had plenty of opportunities, and it goes back down to executing, and we didn't execute on those 6 to 8 plays or 4 to 6 plays that, when you play a good football team, we're going to determine the outcome.
This is the first time this season you've had to deal with back-to-back losses.
Right.
Do you think the 24-hour rule will be intact with the kids?
I think so. We had a great Sunday. I guess that's into who interprets it as a great Sunday. But I think their demeanor and their attitude and their, watching the tape and all those kind of things, how they lifted, how they ran. I think, all those things are real positive.
What are some of the early scouting reports on UNLV? Obviously, it's a new coach. What are they doing different than they were?
Well, number one, I think Bobby, and I've known Bobby for a long time and followed his career. He was a tremendous head coach and did great things at Montana. And you look at, his staff he brought, there's a lot of guys who are good football coaches. When you look at them, from a standpoint of they've got some guys of experience who have played a lot of football for them. I think they're a much more physical team. I think they played their best football these last 4 weeks, which is a sign of a team that's improving and a sign of a team that is staying together. So, as we look at it, they're going to be a heck of a challenge for us, and everybody's a challenge for us. We just got to keep relying on each other and playing together.
You feel like you're playing your best football the last few weeks?
Well, I don't know. I think we've done some things really well, but at the same time, we haven't played probably to the to the expectations we want to. Some of it, is the opponent, I think, to some degree, but even, before that, there's some other things that we need to do a lot better.
Coach, when you watch the film, how did Ryan rate out?
I thought he played well. And everybody's going to say, well, he had the 3 interceptions, had the one at the end of the first half that tipped off of Vince's hands, and it was really the worst throw he made all night was the 90-yard touchdown throw. Because And I told him, I said, you got to get rid of that one and throw it away. And live another down. And the throw at the end of the game was the right throw. It was the right throw. It was the right read. It was, and I think, it was probably a second late or a click late because of he had to get himself out of a little bit of, mess feeling the pocket. So to answer your question, I think he's progressed and really playing well.
Was he down on himself at all on that Sunday?
Oh, yeah, he's probably still down on himself. He takes it very, very personal, because he wants to win for his teammates, and he's a competitive guy.
How did the teammates rally around him after that, at the end of the game?
You know what? He's earned their respect, and I think once you've earned the respect of your teammates, I think you really, they're there to support him, and so, those guys are a pretty close-knit group, and I think this team is for the most part, and so I think, those guys did a great job of just supporting him, let's face it, we all don't play perfect, and so they know how it is when they don't do something right.